Alright, I just wanted to make this video real quick to explain why I've not been streaming or anything for a little while, and I've been having problems with my Xbox, and here I'm going to tell you why. So it started like last month, maybe early this year, like before the end of last year, 2025, towards the beginning 2026 for future reference, where I'd play like Minecraft, for example. The fan would go ape shit, it would go crazy. It would like sound like it was about to take off, and I was playing in the end dimension on with this special end add-on, right, in this realm that me and my friends started, and it's just really not going well. So I opened it up and I cleared out the dust, and like I've not heard the fan go off yet because I've not been able to load any games. Now I'm saying this now. The reason that I'd finally decided to open it up and clear out all the dust was because games were not downloading or updating or anything like that, and games were not opening. Now I didn't do anything. I think it was just like over time the fan like picked up, and as it did, the Xbox as a whole started to work slower. So if I try and load Marvel Rivals, for example, I hit the button, it doesn't load. No matter how many times I press it, and before you say, you just gotta let it load, it loaded up instantly, literally just before I hit record, but it stayed on that like loading screen. It didn't even, like, the game itself didn't load, it just showed like the image that pops up when the game boots up, you know what I mean? So I can't even load any games, and if I go to my games and apps, you can see Apex Legends has been finishing up here. It's been frozen for, I'd say, like 10-15 minutes. It's been stuck on this, and I managed to update all of these games and download them, but the amount of times I've had to reset my console in order to do so has been insane. Alright, I've not played really the last week because my girlfriend came back from home. She's back here for uni, and we've been spending a lot of time together, right? So I've not been really playing anything since my last stream, give or take like a few days. And even before then, games have been struggling to load, but it's just gotten so much worse since I haven't really used my console. And I have no idea what is going on. I've looked stuff up about it. All I can really find is people saying, "Oh, your storage is slow," or this or that, or like you need to clear your cache, or you need to factory reset. I did a factory reset, but I kept all games and apps. It removed everything except the games and apps that were installed. I cleared out some storage as well. As you can see, I got 400 gigs free. I cleared out a bunch of games as well to try and make everything run smoother, but it just kept getting worse. And it's gotten to the point where if an update freezes like this, I have to actively reset console like this in order for it to even continue. And even then it'll probably freeze before it finishes updating again. And not to mention that in the past, when I first got this console or on my other console, restarting the console wouldn't take that long. Maybe it would take like 1 or 2 minutes. But whenever something freezes in the updates or the downloads or stuff like that, it would always take about 10 minutes to reboot. I press restart, it turns off, but the light on the console itself stays on and is flashing, but there's nothing coming through onto my monitor. And after maybe 8 to 10 minutes, at most 15 minutes sometimes, it would finally do that diddling noise and boot up the console so I can actually load the home screen. Right, so I have no idea what's going on, but it's constantly getting worse. I mean, I had this problem years ago. Whenever I would update Fortnite, right, back when Fortnite was popular, back before Season X, like Chapter 1 Fortnite, right? Whenever I had to update Fortnite, it wouldn't update. I had to reset the console in order for it to properly work, right? But then it would work, and it would be fine until Fortnite had to update again. And I just thought, okay, maybe Fortnite's corrupted or something. So I uninstalled Fortnite, and I re-downloaded it, And it's same issue, and it still happens to this day with Fortnite, right? I don't really play it, but it still happens every now and then. Now I'm thinking, is it another app that is doing this? Maybe it's Apex. I don't know. But I like to play Apex. I don't want to uninstall it. And even then, it's carrying over to every single game I have. I can't load anything in here, man. Now I'll try and load through here so I don't have to press the play button. Or no, if I... Not to mention, everything's just so slow. Look, I'm pressing down right now and it's not moving. It's just stuck on the home button. Like, I don't know if you can hear, I'm using my controller. Nothing's happening, but the home button's working. My Xbox is just cooked, bruv. Now my controller's not even working. You know, like, what's going on? I honestly have absolutely no idea what I can possibly do. Ignore that game on the top left. Alright, I like idle games, okay? It was on deal, and I thought, fuck it, I'll try it out. I was hoping it would have an offline mode, where you... And it's not relevant. Anyway, Xbox issues. Okay, I can finally move again now. You see how long that took for the thing to pop back up? I didn't even press anything and it just popped up on kiosk. Like, bro, why is this happening? Okay, Microsoft, you're losing customers, man. I've been, I'd say, a loyal customer to Microsoft since the 360 Slim came out. All right, I've been an Xbox guy since the 360 Slim came out. Okay, I did have a PS2 for a bit, but I've been on Xbox ever since. Okay, and when all my friends converted to PlayStation because they said it was better, I thought, okay, yeah, you might have a point, it's got way more exclusives that I actually do want to play, but I'll stick to Xbox because I've built so much on this console. I've bought so many games, like, it's my hobby, bro, and I open this, it's just fucking broken again. Here we go. Look at my game score, man. It goes to show, if it would even load anyway, I've got over 130,000 game score. Look at that, 133,000. I've had this account for 8 years. I mean, I've put so much money into this console, like into Microsoft, man. And this is the sort of product that I get given for my money. Bro, like, this is an expensive console. It's an expensive hobby, bro. Like, I'm paying a subscription. I can't even play any of the games. Keep in mind, yeah, I take good care of my console. It's currently well ventilated. I've cleared out all the dust. You know, I've never dropped it, nothing like that. I've never damaged it in any way. I've never yanked out the power cord while the console was turned on. You know, I made sure to buy official storage devices, stuff like that. And it just has these same issues for years, bro. Like, back when OG Fortnite was around, Chapter 1, I'm still having this fucking issue where I have to restart my console for it to finish a damn update. And that is, if I restart the console, it comes back up, and it continues doing the update, right? Sometimes it doesn't even do an update. For an example, say I've got a game that takes up 50 gigabytes. The update is 10 gigabytes, right? I tried to do the 10 gigabyte update. It doesn't work, so I'm like, okay, I'll restart the console. It's 50-50 whether or not it will continue the update for that 10 gigabyte update, or it will try and reinstall the entire game again, giving me a 60 gigabyte download, but it says it's updating. Not to mention, also, I'm using an Ethernet cable, right? And I've tested the Ethernet cable on my PC, it runs perfectly fine. I plugged the Ethernet cable into my Xbox, 20 megabytes download speed. 20, bro. My wireless speed is faster on my Xbox because it just doesn't want to work. I mean, like, my download and update speed, stuff like that, was reaching like 120 Mbps, right? 120. That was last month. It is now at 20 megabytes per second. At best, it goes to 40 and then straight back down to in its 30s. That was my peak on my old internet. Alright? Keep in mind, I was averaging like 120 megabytes per second just last month. What has happened to my console? Again, keep in mind, I have not dropped it, I've not damaged it, nothing like that, but it still just doesn't want to work. I can't, like, I would try and reset to show you it, to show you what I mean by I restart the console and it takes ages to reboot, but the video's already 10 minutes long and I don't want to waste time, because I'm not going to yap forever. I'm going to try and load another game. No game wants to load, and it doesn't even say, oh, this game took too long to start, try again. It doesn't, like, sometimes it does do that though. Like, most of the time I just press play, nothing happens. Other times I press play, it boots up with the loading, the loading screen, and it doesn't move from there. Other times it says it takes too long to start. Sometimes I actually get to play a damn game. I don't know what the conditions are for these faulty shenanigans, bro. But it's a piss take. I mean, like, what are you doing, Microsoft? Like, I also hear they're removing clubs. This is like minor on the scale of things, but they remove avatars. They're now removing clubs. You know, they're removing personalization. Like, I think as time goes on, more and more people are going to leave Xbox, me included, man, because this is pissing me off. For so many years, I've moved away from thinking, yeah, I want to get a PlayStation, because I want these games, I want these exclusives. I don't hear anywhere near as many issues about PlayStation as I hear about and experience with Xbox. But bro, I've got my PC set up. I might just move to PC at this point, because it's just unusable. Like, what are you doing, Microsoft? Come on, man. People saying you fell off after the 360 days. It's just gradually getting worse. I can't use my console. I've looked up literally everything I can on the internet, right? I've looked at Reddit, I've looked at Quora, you know, I've looked at the Microsoft support website, bro. I've looked at absolutely everything. No one is talking about my issues, right? Whenever I search up stuff like, why are the games taking too long to start, or they won't load at all, they're like, oh, it's probably this or this. Like, no, bro, I've done it. I've factory reset. I've done literally everything I possibly can. Nothing, bro. Nothing works. I'm thinking I'll do one more factory reset. I'll uninstall every single game that I have downloaded. Now keep in mind, the internet speed doesn't want to work, so it's going to take fucking long time to re-download all the stuff I want to play. Now keep in mind, I don't play all 160 games that I've got downloaded. I definitely don't. But I was planning on doing the Game Gacha series where I go through all of these games I have downloaded and, you know, just show them off, stuff like that, you know. Get them out the way, see if I, like, it's genuinely see if I like any of these games. And, I can do that, but it's just going to be a bit more annoying to do so. So, I will factory reset it again and remove all the games. But the fact that I have to do that because your service is so fucking shit, that I have to factory reset my console and restart it multiple times and still not be able to play anything on a console I paid for with games I paid for, when a subscription I am paying for. Microsoft, pick up your slack. What is this shit, bro? It might just be a general hardware issue, but I don't know what issue it could be, because it seems like just a loading problem. Now, I keep saying genuinely because I've been watching TikTok, man. I'm getting addicted to TikTok. Okay, just leave me alone. It says genuinely on like every TikTok, and it's annoying me. But like, I thought it was my internet, right? Because obviously my Ethernet cable was giving me really shitty download speeds, and I thought, well, since, you know, you need an internet connection to play some games, surely it would be that, right? It just can't load the game properly because I don't have an internet connection. Well, even if the console is offline, at like when it's a normal condition, it would still try and load the game first, and then tell me I can't play it because of a internet problem. But it doesn't even want to play at all. You see what I'm dealing with, and Apex Legends still hasn't moved from finishing things up. And keep in mind, I've been trying to download Apex or update Apex Legends since it asked me to pre-install the update for this season. I don't know what season it is, maybe like 27, 28, something like that. I mean, you can tell based off the image probably, but like since it said to pre-install the update, I started pre-installing. Pre-install didn't finish, right? And then I got busy for a few days. I come back, the update's already out, and then I have to reset my console again after loading it to finish the pre-installation. But obviously the update's already out, so I'm thinking, okay, the pre-installation didn't work in the end. It's just capped at 100%. Maybe it's because the update is out, so I reset it, and I started updating from scratch, and it took me 3 resets for it to finally update. And keep in mind, this, like, it's not even been at the top this whole time, because at the top of my install queue, because other games have needed to update and stuff, and for some reason they force themselves in front of the thing that has already started updating, which is annoying. But when I press this button here, there's usually a button up above pause updating, or no, it probably replaces pause updating, and it says like resume now or something. It forces it to the top of the queue to update. Whenever I did that for any game, it would break and nothing would update, so I'd have to restart my console again. And keep in mind, every time I restart the console, I would have to wait 10 minutes for it to reboot. Now, I thought this was a hardware issue, but I had this same issue with my Xbox One back in Chapter 1 of Fortnite, like, and I still have that issue with my Xbox One sometimes, right? In like the later years, and I'm still using it now. It's at my girlfriend's place, right? Because I'm not going to carry my fucking Xbox back and forth every time I want to go over there. I go over there often, so I have my Xbox One there. And I still have this issue, but it's nowhere near as bad or as often as I'm having it right now. It's nothing to do with my profile. It's nothing to do with my internet, I don't think. Like, my wireless connectivity is stronger than my wired. Like, it's got to be a hardware issue. It has got to be a hardware issue. But, like, what is dying? And, like, another thing, actually, no, there's no way it's a hardware issue. Sorry, I'm just so confused. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, right? So, I'm spitballing here. I'm brainstorming. It only occurs when certain things want to update or download, stuff like that, right? That's when it only occurred. So it's got to be due to the software, right? It's got to be due to the software. I'm going to uninstall all these games. I'm going to do another factory reset. And it's going to be a slog because I finally just updated Marvel Rivals. Keep in mind, I got home maybe 10 hours ago, and I got straight onto fixing up my Xbox. Keep in mind, actually, no, I got straight into fixing up my Xbox, and I started trying to update everything, and we got to this point 10 hours later. My internet speed, I managed to get to about 70 megabytes per second. It's obviously not optimal, but you know, it's better than the 20 that I was getting with Ethernet, like by using wireless. But keep in mind, right, this is something I didn't say. When I took my Xbox apart, which was literally like 2 days ago, to clear out all the dust, I tried to undo one of the screws that lets me access the fan in there, right? And the screw is on so tight that my T8 screwdriver actually snapped. I had to buy a new one, which is why I had to wait to fix it. So I got home today, my T8 screwdriver arrived, so I took it up and I tried to unscrew the screw again, and I felt like, bro, I'm going to break my screwdriver again. So that screw is put on so tight as well, to the fact that it breaks my screwdrivers. So I can't, even if like I have to swap something out, I can't take the damn screw off to get in there and like properly clean it and properly like change out something that needs to, if it needs to be changed. So, bro, I've had to spend so much fucking money this year already, and now I might have to take my Xbox to a repair shop. Like it should be in good condition still. Like I wanted to clear out the dust, add some new thermal paste, and get it all out the way. But obviously I couldn't get in there to clear out the thermal paste, and add new thermal paste. So I've just had to deal with removing the dust and hoping that works. And obviously it's not changed. Removing the dust, it's not a situation where it's overheating, so it's not performing too well, so the internet's like lowering itself automatically, so the Xbox can handle it while it's overheating. Keep in mind that there was a lot of dust in there, to be fair, right? But it's not a performance issue where it's like it's bugging out because it's overheating. It's not overheating anymore. I don't even hear the fan. It's deadly silent, and I'm still hearing these things. Fuck off. I'm still experiencing these things. But I just wanted to get this out there and ask for any advice whatsoever. If anyone else has experienced these sorts of issues with Xbox, if anyone else has found a fix for these things, because I can't find anything online. I'm just going to have to remove literally everything from the console and hope for the best. And if there's still a problem, if it's still an issue, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do, because what do I even explain to the people at like the hardware store if I want to get it fixed, right? And even then, I'm seeing nothing about it online. Chances are they don't know what to do to fix it. And like the most, like the best thing I can probably do is send it off to Microsoft themselves to get it fixed, but they have a terrible reputation for fixing consoles. Not to mention the price, dude. It's just too much. It's just too much. And if I'm getting on the borderline, like if this doesn't fix, I'm just going to stop playing Xbox. I'm not gonna buy a new one. I'm not gonna continue. I'm already debating continuing my Game Pass subscription because it's just so damn expensive. I mean, I've still got a year left, and I'm not gonna renew it after that. I don't think. I'm just gonna move to PC. Like it's just they don't give a fuck about their customers at all. And I've obviously known this for a long time, right? With the price increases, the fact that they are just giving away all the exclusives. I mean, like that. I liked that, by the way. They announced that they were giving away exclusives, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is great. I hated the fact that consoles had exclusives because there's my friends on PlayStation that can't play the same games as me, and there's games on PlayStation that I always wanted to play, but I don't want to go out my way to get a fucking PlayStation, right? So I thought, sharing the exclusive, losing the exclusivity would be a really good thing, but it's just now Xbox has no games. PlayStation isn't giving away their exclusives. At least I don't think so at like a very fast. It's going to take a few years at least, right? Because I think Dispatch is coming to Xbox in a few years or something like that. But I can get that on PC. I can't get it on Xbox. There's no reason to stay on Xbox anymore. Shit performance. They don't give a fuck, man. And thing is, Xbox had so much potential after like kicking off of 360, or if they could have brought back like the 360 days. People announced the fact that the next console was going to be a PC console hybrid, right? And I thought, that could actually be really good. That could actually be really, really good. But knowing how Microsoft operates, it's not gonna be worth it. Just get a PC. It's just get the GameCube, like the Steam PC. Just get that instead. It's just gonna be better. Like you can use a controller on it as well. Like it's just not worth it. I think Microsoft really needs to start upping their game, fixing things. They gotta sort their problem. I'm not even talking exclusively this, because this might just genuinely be a me issue. This might just be a me issue, but the fact is, it's happened so many times with multiple consoles, right? More than one console, anyway. So it's got to be something to do with the Xbox themselves, right? I just, I feel, well, I used to feel somewhat betrayed in a way. Sounds silly, but I used to feel somewhat betrayed in a way because I invested so much into Xbox, but like the amount of stick drift I get on the controllers, like brand new controllers as well, they barely last 6 months before they get stick drift, like, and then the fact that I've this updating thing isn't even new. Like I've had to do it, I think every month for the past 2 years. At least one game would stop updating and I'd have to do a reset, and it's just gradually getting worse. And it's just I'm so done, man. Like after trying to set up my PC and that USB got stuck in my PC and I had to pull it out, and then it ended up breaking. It like ripped off the metal, ripped off inside the PC, so I had to get a pair of pliers and yank that out, and then the metal was exposed after that. I was so just done, man. Like, and then comes and does this, and it's just like it feels impossible, man. No matter what I can't fix anything. It feels like everything I try and do in my life just goes wrong in one way or another. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to stream stuff like that. I plug in my PC. Okay, I need to swap these things around. Capture card doesn't work. Takes me 3 hours to fix. I think, okay, I'll try and plug it in this USB slot. I'll try that. See if how that works. A bloody Dynamode Bluetooth thing breaks off in my PC, and now I have to spend an extra £20 to buy a new one. And there's also irreversible damage done to one of my USB ports. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I mean, at least I got the capture card working. But obviously, throughout that entire thing, I was just like, bro, I just want to be. I actually felt like crying because it costs a lot, and it wasn't working. And I did absolutely everything I could find. I don't even know what I did that fixed it. It just started giving me this decent picture quality in the end, you know? And then I come to Xbox, and like the fan starts kicking up. I'm like, okay, yeah, stuff starts running bad. Okay, I'll take it apart and I'll try and fix it. The bloody screwdriver breaks, man. So I have to wait a few more days to get a new one. I fix it up, and now I can't even play any games. Everything I do lately, especially this year, this is probably just not my year, dude. Everything this year has just been a massive failure. I think this is why people stick to their comfort zone and don't try and do anything, because things just go wrong. Like, I understand things are going to go wrong. Things aren't always going to go the way you plan. I'm dead ass venting right now. I don't know how this became a vent about shit in my life not working out, but things just keep going wrong. And I guess that's why people because it just makes you want to give up. I mean, I haven't given up, and that's great. Like, I'm happy I haven't given up because I'm getting somewhere with all this. I'm enjoying myself, and I can see like it going somewhere, like in the distant future, right? But right, the amount of times I've just wanted to just stop, like, it's all out of my control. It's not even like, oh, you're making a mistake. You make the mistake, you learn from it, and you move on. It's just like, it's not even that. Like, I could accept it. If I'm fucking up and I'm not doing a good job, that's what I want to be the problem. Because then I can see what the problem is, fix it, learn from it, and I don't make that mistake again. Like as I've been streaming, I've been slowly, making the titles better. I've expanded to TikTok and started uploading TikToks there. I've started making shorts. I've started doing this. I've started doing that. I've upgraded my setup, and I've got a capture card to make the quality better and stuff like that. I'm seeing my flaws and I'm improving them. But there's these things that happen, and it's been happening every single week of 2026, where something completely out of my control just goes wrong, and I have no idea what I can possibly do to fix it other than just spend more money. Spend money that I don't have. Man, it's just so long. Is anyone feeling what I'm feeling right now? And the thing is, like, people will probably say, oh, then just take a break. Like, bro, I don't want to take a break. I want this stuff to work out. I want these things to work. I don't want to just sit away from my problems and hope that they fix themselves. I want to do something about it. But it's just, like, it's such a... the price, man. The price, the cost, the shit is costing me. Not just financially, but, like... It's just so stressful and so annoying. And it's just... Man, I don't know, man. In the grand scheme of things, my problems are so small. I mean, oh my god, your Bluetooth USB broke. Wow, boo-hoo. Oh wow, it took you 3 hours to get something working. Well, at least it works. Oh no, your Xbox is a bit slow. Just do a factory reset and use all your games, like, and maybe that'll work. Like, I'm just praying that it works. To be honest with you, man. Like, I know I probably sound like a crybaby, but I mean, I don't want to just suck it up, because then that means I'm going to be sucking it up my entire life, dealing with stupid shit like this out of my control. Like, yeah, like the Dynamode USB thing had a design flaw, and it didn't come with instructions saying, yo, don't yank it out because it's got these holes here that clip onto the inside of a PC USB slot, which makes it so you can't remove it. You know? Why was it designed like that, man? And then there's obviously Xbox doing this. Like, I don't even know, man. I've lost my train of thought now. I've just ranted. I've probably just said a whole lot of nothing for a while now, and I've just been rambling for 32 minutes. Yeah, this was supposed to just be a, hey guys, look at this bullshit. Anyone got any advice? You share my rage. Please validate my emotions. But yeah, I've lost my cool, so I apologize for that. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening, I suppose. And I'll try and get this to work, and I do plan on streaming again this week, if all goes as planned, if all goes well. I will also be trying my absolute best to make sure the audio for these streams is good, because I know for a fact they're not. So, like I said, I want to improve this. So, yeah, this is actually a recording and not a stream for once, but this is still going to go on the VODs channel, just as like a little update as to why I'm not streaming it, as if anyone even watches my shit. But it's for later down the line. It's mainly just a rant. It's just a rant, really. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah. Wait, I'm not moist critical, man. I don't know why I said it like that. I just felt natural in the moment. I'm not a copycat, I promise. Goodbye.